Is it possible to see all of the music festival acts in Disneyland Paris in one day? Hi guys, Tish here and welcome back to my favourite place in the world. Of course, it's Disneyland Paris, and at the moment in Disneyland Paris they have something called the Music Festival running, which I think is one of the best things that Disneyland Paris have done for a long time. It includes around 10 acts, but what we're going to find out is it possible to see all of those musical acts in one day? It's a challenge, but I'm willing to take it on, and it's going to take a lot of preparation and organisation, but that's something I'm up for, and I'm going to help you out finding out whether each of the acts is worth going to and which each act is catered for, because some are much more children orientated, and of course I'll be telling you my favourite and the ones I think that you just cannot miss, although I think you can't miss any of them. But if you have to prioritise, I'm going to tell you which ones were my favourite. So if that sounds good, then please keep watching, and if you do like Disneyland Paris travel tips, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, and for anywhere else around the world as well, because I do spend a lot of time here, but I do also do lots of other travel content as well. And if you've got any tips for Disneyland Paris, whether it's during the music festival or any other time of year, then please make sure you pop them down below. So first of all, we have just arrived at the parks ready for opening time, and we're going to head straight to the front of the Disneyland Paris parks, and we are going to see Mary Poppins and the Pearly Band. In the earlier half of the day, just in this bandstand as you enter from Grand Central Station into Main Street, this is where you'll find Mary Poppins and her Pearly Band. When I've been here, I've always managed to get a really good view. She's in the centre here, and then this is all blocked off around, but you can get into these walkway areas. So you have the 4 entrances or 5 entrances, and each of these would be really good to stand next to because you have a rope and then you can literally see everything. But also, if you stand on any of these green parts of this fence here, it means that you have a really good view which won't be obstructed too much by people. Marching band starts at the gates to the right of Main Street near the Discovery Arcade, and then travels to the front of the bandstand before turning right and heading down to the centre of Main Street, finishing halfway down in front of the Market House Deli. Stand right in front of the bandstand to follow behind Minnie to her final spot. When it comes to Donald and Daisy's accordionist, you can find that in front of It's a Small World and kind of to the side of the restaurant Bella Norte, which is famous for its pizzas. So you're just starting to see people in this corner here. Bella Norte is just here, and then it will be in this section, just a little semicircle in front of this wall here and also in between where the benches are. So people will start to create like a semicircle in this area, and what you want to be is on the outside of the semicircle ideally, because the ducks will be in the middle. Meetup with Rapunzel and Flynn can be found behind the iconic windmill, which sells some of the best snacks. Now this is going to be one of the hardest ones to be able to see, as it's one of the most popular and has the smallest area. So if you want to see this one, I would say you need to be there at least a half hour before. Windmill is on your left, and then if you just come round to the right, this is the area where that act will take place. It's quite small and it gets really crowded in this part here. They do try and put children at the front, which is definitely a good thing. If you want to get a really good view, however, here is not a bad idea. If you can situate yourself by this barrier here, then you can always kind of like prop yourself up a little bit to be able to see it. But getting a view is going to take time to wait in queue at the front. The next act might just be my favourite. So for this one, we're going to want to head through Frontierland, so where you can see this sign here. And my favourite show has got to be Miguel's Fiesta Latina. This is such a good show. The singers, the dancers, they are all absolutely amazing. So to get to it, you're going to want to head through Frontierland, and then opposite Big Thunder Mountain, you will find this very brightly coloured stations, and it's actually out of here, which is where Miguel comes from, and then everyone has like a semicircle around it. You're not too bad in terms of timing, because this is a much bigger space than some of the others, but you're still going to want to get here probably about 15 minutes before and just create a semicircle.
Moana and her musicians can be found by heading towards Indiana Jones. There's a set of doors decorated with ocean waves. A popular character, it's good to get here nice and early, but the cast members will do their best efforts to sit children at the front.
when looking for Timon's Matter Dance, you want to look to where the restaurant Marionette is and then look for these two double doors which are behind me. The Adventure Isle entrance onto the bridge is just here, but it's currently closed, and then just opposite that, this is where you'll find the two double doors. So this is where his area is going to be. Once again, this is a pretty small area, as opposite it you don't have much space to move around, so you're going to need to get here reasonably early.
Now that we all know what this is all about, let's begin. Oh, let's go. Everywhere. Allez. On va partager la sans souci philosophie.
There is also one other surprise act which you won't find on the app, and that is Orchestra Goofy orchestrating the fountains at the front of the castle. I managed to catch this yesterday at 4:15 and today at 5:20, so it seems to be a little bit random, but maybe around those times. And you will find Goofy. It's at the plinth, which is on the right hand side of the castle, looking at the castle, and it's the one closest. He'll appear here and he'll orchestrate the fountains, which is very, very cool. Very similar to what he does in the 7:30 evening show, but this is completely on his own, just Goofy. And because it is quite random and it's a pop-up, it means that you're more likely to get a really good view. So make sure you keep an eye on that.
A one, a two. Oh boy! They've been fantastic, don't you think? And of course, can't forget the fountains. They really know how to make a splash. Oh, thank you, thank you. You've been
The Music Hits concert, which is actually hosted by Chip and Dale, that can be found here. So this is the Videopolis Theatre, and this is in Discoveryland. You'll find it opposite Hyperspace Mountain, and inside of this building is where that takes place. This is the stage which is going to host the concert, but one of my favourite things about this location is you actually have a massive area which has loads of places where you can sit down and have something to eat. So if you wanted to grab some food and watch the music concert from a little bit further away, then you absolutely can do that. But if you want to get front row, then you're going to want to be nice and early.
Under the sea, under the sea, I've never met nobody like you. Vous êtes vraiment les meilleurs. Give it up for DJ Chip and everybody!
When it comes to the final act of the day, that is always going to be at 7:30 p.m. and it's in front of the castle. Disney have been very clever with this parade, or this kind of concert at the end, because they've made sure that wherever you're standing, you're seeing a bit of the action. But depending on where you stand, depends on what you see. You're not going to be able to see everything, but also you can get a good view pretty much wherever you are. I'm going to try to explain a little bit, because there's not really a key area to aim for here. And when it comes to queuing, you can turn up 15 minutes before and you'll still be able to get a good spot. But if you want one of the best spots, then you're going to want to be here probably about half hour, 45 minutes before. So let me see if I can quickly and briefly show you where you could stand. As you walk towards the castle, there is 4 plinths. So you have 2 plinths on the left and you have 2 plinths on the right here as well. It's good to note that the whole thing will be kicking off with Goofy on the plinth to the right, which is closest to the castle. So you have Goofy here, but also at one point you have Mickey in the centre. But you do have acts going on in all areas around here, so there's not really a bad place to stand. Now, as you'll see on the ground, you have these white marks which are marked out. Now, this is where you are and aren't allowed to stand. For instance, here in the centre, you can stand around this plinth here, which is where Mickey will be, but you can't stand inside of this or down the centre. It's kind of like a pathway in between these. Now, if you know this, it means that you're not going to get a spot that you then have to give up. I was situated around here, the other side of this plinth, but if you want the ultimate view, I would say that if you go for somewhere in the centre around this area here, then that should get you a very, very good view. But even if you go around the castle on the outside edges where you have the road which runs all the way around, then you will still see some acts and some floats. So there really isn't a bad area. And the last thing to note is that there is also some colours and some fireworks which come out the castle. So you want to be able to see the castle as well to get the full immersive experience.
Come move your body, come move your body. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. Come on, let yourself be free, be the best that you can be. Come move your body, come move your body. Only settle for the best, live your life with no regrets. Come move your body, come move your body. Come on, let yourself be free, be the best that you can be. Come move your body, come move your body. Only settle for the best, live your life with no regrets. Come move your body, come move your body.
So there you have it. That is all of the Disneyland Paris Disney Music Festival acts in one day. It's been a very busy and very, very hot day, but I've been so impressed. It's very, very clever, this music festival, because it is amazing and every single act is just brilliant. But also, by having times which overlap with each other, they spread people around the park. It means that everyone's not crowded in one area. And especially when you've got surprise pop-ups, it means that people are able to get there and see things that they may not have been able to see if they were just turning up. But it does take a lot of planning. If you want to see all of these in one day, then you're going to have to go ahead and you have to write a bit of a plan, and be careful as well because sometimes the times change. So make sure that you look on the app and you don't just follow the timings that I've said in this video. But I really hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what was your favourite act, and are you hoping to get to the music festival? If you've got any tips yourself, then please make sure you let me know in the comments down below. I really hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this from Disneyland Paris and all over the world, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. Until next time guys, see you later.